I'm not sure what the hell happened, but we're back for now. I guess the internet didn't like what we're talking about, JoJo. Well, let's get it. Hopefully, it still works.
Yeah.
Well, what were we talking about? We had some good energy going.
We were on a roll.
We was on a
I
roll.
was really disappointed that happened. Oh my god.
All right, so we're talking about the truth why your business is not growing. You don't want to run a ghetto ass business. You already heard that. You want to make sure you got decals. You want to make sure that you're in uniform. You want to make sure that you know where your jobs are coming from. So let's say you show up to a job. The first question I ask the customer is, where'd you find us? How'd you hear about us? Was it on Yelp? Was it on Facebook? Was it on Craigslist? Was it a bandit sign? You want to know those things. And then after you're done with the job, you want to ask them to leave you a review. You want to get those reviews up on Facebook, on Google My Business, and also on Yelp. It will help you in the long run.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things is really to do, and that is to ask a customer how they heard about you, because that way you know if your social media is working, if it's your signs, if it's just your website, or if it helps you so much. And if you're just now joining us back, we have no idea what happened. I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. Nothing was unplugged. Nothing changed. All of a sudden, we just had a black screen.
But some shit happened, JoJo. And how good is your follow-up game? Like someone hits you up and they want a price on how much it costs for a hot tub to get removed, and you let them know the price. Do you follow up? Are you following up and trying to lock those jobs in? If not, you're leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
And we have a few people in the building. We'll wait for some more people to hop on in. But JoJo.
Yeah, it might have took them a little while to
I still got that good energy. People still ain't gonna like us, JoJo, because we're gonna keep it real with them.
Yeah. So, hopefully that doesn't happen again, because I don't know. I don't want to have to hop back on. Really, nothing got unplugged or anything.
So something else you want to do if you want to grow your business is have systems in place. A CRM. You want to just have a system in place when you start growing to make life easier for yourself. And also you want to know what your average sale ticket is on jobs. I know exactly how much my average ticket sale is, and it's right now $840, JoJo, which is crazy high for Sonoma Strong Holland. We are up. Last year was $540, so we up this year, JoJo. But we've been landing a bunch of big jobs.
We have been landing bigger jobs lately. It used to just be every once in a while would be a big one. And typically your jobs would be like the smaller ones and then occasionally a big one. But lately we've been getting a lot of multiple load jobs.
So a big job for us, I say anything over 10 loads is a big job. If it's like 5 or 6 loads, that's a decent job. But if it's over 10 loads, that's a decent sized big job to me.
But when you first start, you're super excited when you show up and you're like, this might be a full load. Like, that's exciting when you first start.
Or a load and a half. We're making that cash.
Yeah. So leave us a comment. It sucks because we had a bunch of people online before we lost it. We have no idea what happened. So hopefully people re-find us. But leave us a comment. Let us know where you are, where you watch us from. Kevin says he watches us from Florida, so that's great. Oh, and then we have Texas in the house. And then Jordan, we talked to him, and he's around the Sacramento area, right?
Yes, he is. And he went and looked at a huge job yesterday that was multiple loads.
Yeah. Kevin says he likes it when the daylight is longer, and so do I. I do too. I like it when there's evening, like after dinner, to go for walks or do more stuff. But we also kind of touched on how easy it is to start this business. And that makes it even more important to, separate yourself from the competition. Like, what are you bringing to the table that maybe your competition isn't? Matt and I have about at least 80 other haulers from this area that's our competitors. And really, we only see a couple of those driving around all the time.
Lately, we haven't been seeing no one. The only other junk hauler I've been seeing on the road is 1-800-GOT-JUNK and Julio driving by like this. Other than that, we ain't been seeing that many haulers. But I got a feeling this spring is going to be off the hook for sure. And something else you want to know too, if you want to grow your business, you want to know how much it costs to run your business. Don't just wing it. You want to know how much it costs with your insurance, your car payments, how much payroll is, all that good stuff. That stuff kind of sucks, but you know what? It's part of running a business.
Yeah, and when you first start, you might not have payroll, because, when you first start with your truck, you're just, you're usually a sole proprietor, which is fine. And, you don't really have anything that's separating you from your business, but it still is really good to, sit down and make a list of your expenses, right? Like how much your truck insurance is, how much your business insurance is, how much do you typically spend for gas, right?
Everything you do for the business.
And just know how much it costs to run your business, and then how many jobs you at least have to do to cover those expenses. And then the rest of it is your profit.
So it's real important to know all that stuff. Don't just wing it thinking, I'm going to charge this customer this price. I made $100. No, you did not. You got dump fees. You got gasoline fees. You're paying for insurance. If you get a flat tire, you got to get a patch kit and patch that up. And guess what? Uncle Sam, at the end of the year, is going to come for your ass if you ain't saving your receipts.
Yeah. And that's another thing to touch on. I think it was Jordan that asked about hot tubs.
Oh, someone's here. Hold on.
Someone's at the door. So you can let us know, Jordan, if you ended up doing the hot tub and what you bid the hot tub. Because one thing to take into account, somebody's going to take our ping pong table we have in the garage. That's what that is. It's a neighbor that says he wants it. So anyhow, when you go to bid a hot tub, you have to keep in mind it is some work. You typically cut them in quarters, and she says she's going to call you when she's ready. That's great. Also, sometimes you can give it a couple of weeks, and then you can always call back and ask them, I was just calling to see if you decided on what you wanted to do with the hot tub. But yeah, keep in mind that you will go through some blades, and blades are not super cheap. So, keep that in mind, because we do know somebody that bid a hot tub removal, and I think he was only going to charge like $200 or $250 to remove it, and it ended up being a big one. It was not easily accessible, and he went through probably 4 blades doing it, and he was just cussing himself, and he was so upset that he had, he really didn't make, because it took him a long time. He underestimated how hard hot tubs are when you first start and you're not sure, what you're doing with that. So it is so important to, do this business professionally and level up if you want to grow. Like we said, anybody can start it. Super easy business to start. And really, anybody can load a truck full of junk, but it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of brain power and know-how and learning to grow your business and to scale it to where you want to be. And Circle and Dumpster says, sometimes people call for a dumpster and end up having me do the removal. And you are absolutely correct. I always say that pretty much anybody that calls you for dumpsters, you can sell them your service. That won't work if somebody really needs something on site because they're doing demo work and they just want to get rid of it. But I feel that you can typically sell that service.
Were you holding it down when I was gone?
I did, but barely.
Barely?
I got nervous.
I gave the neighbor kids a ping pong table, a really nice ping pong table. Yeah. They're super happy, so I gave that to them. Yeah. So it's out of the garage, and they're happy now.
Yeah, Clutter Reduction says he made it to a live. Yeah, we were live earlier with a whole bunch of people on, and then all of a sudden everything just turned off. It absolutely shut off. I don't know what happened, but we had to like restart everything.
So we're back. We're doing it.
Yeah.
So another thing you want to do is try to be better each and every month. So if you have a $40,000 month or a $50,000 month, try to be better next month, the month after that, the month after that, or even the following year. Just try to get better. Just try to get better. Advertise more. Do what you got to do to be better.
Yeah. And how do you know? So when we first started, we just kept everything on a calendar because we like to visually be able to like have it up and look at it all the time. And then it let us know, because at the end of the month, we calculate everything. Oh my gosh, here's the total. And then you always knew if you did better than the month before or even last year. And, now we have, more systems in place that keeps track.
You can
of that.
just check your Clover and look at it and let you know exactly how much more money you made so far this year. So it's real cool. So definitely, if you don't, make sure you guys got a credit card reader, have a Clover, and you can keep track of all that stuff. And we have a few people in the building still, Jojo.
Yeah.
Are you guys on the radio? Do you think it is a plus or could it get overwhelming?
Oh.
Me and the Jojo do a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, earlier before we hopped on the live, our printer didn't work. So if you can see, we got all these little questions and answers on our phone.
We have our things on our phone now because our printer wasn't working. We were 5 minutes late getting here because we couldn't get our printer to work. And then when we hop on, our whole system list crashes, but we keep it up. Here's the thing about that. We don't really have a ton of information about the radio show as of yet, but we're not doing anything extra. The person was going to kind of take what we're doing and mix it together and try to get it to fit on the radio. We didn't say that we were going to do anything extra with that. So, if that works out, great. If not, we're still good. We're doing our thing. So no, that's not overwhelming. Sometimes juggling everything can get a little bit overwhelming, but we're really good at just like, you know what? Maybe not today. Let's just do us today. We could do that once in a while, but we do juggle a lot. But I feel YouTube's fun.
It's fun.
It's a good hobby.
It's a hobby that we get paid for.
It's fun. We enjoy it. So if we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it nearly as much. But like this is fun to me. I like going live, and our classes are fun. I enjoy that too.
And our classes are full too, and we got a good group, I do believe. I can't wait. Off the hook. It's
fun. So, teaching is something I really, really like. I just like teaching people to, and it's not just junk removal. It's just teaching people to be like just the best version of them. Just, you only live once. Go after what you want in life. If you don't like your job, find something else you want to do.
They said advertising on the radio.
Oh, we have not done that.
Never advertised on the radio ever. Besides when we were on the radio, I said, yes, call Sonoma Strong Hauling. But other than that, we never paid for advertising on the radio. So we don't know how good that works. We haven't done it. But I do know a few people that have done it, and it worked for some, and some of them didn't see no results at all. So it's something you got to try.
Yeah, it's trial and error. That's another thing that I really, really like about doing everything yourself and not hiring a media person to do all that stuff for you. There are companies that do that, but I feel that you know what's working when you do it yourself. So, yep. What have any better steak since Ruth? Oh, steak. That was a really good steak place.
It was off the hook.
But where did we go? We went someplace that was like really
It was
good,
called Sears.
Yeah, but we went to a place before that too that we really liked?
The Brazilian Steakhouse is my ultimate fat boy place for steak because they keep bringing it. That's my favorite
I really
place.
did like Ruth Chris's. And what Chris from Clutter Reduction is asking is when we went to LA, he was there too. And we went on a couple date to a place called Ruth Chris's, and good steak and good lobster.
It was really good.
Yeah,
and we got a good item that we're selling tomorrow too. If you guys seen in the last video, those PO mailboxes, I put them online for $2,000, and the money is not in my hand yet, so I'm not going to count it quite yet. But the person's supposed to come over tomorrow at noon, and he's spending $1,500 on them, which to me is a win because we got paid to take that unit. They were actually facing the opposite way. That Joe was like, Matt, I think we can sell these. And I was like, you know what, Joe, instead of scrapping these, I do believe you are right. Then we looked them up and found out that they're brass doors and they're from 1981 and they're worth a shit ton of money.
So the story is we were doing a storage unit clean out. The storage facility called us, and when we opened it up and look, at first I just seen some metal we could recycle or, make a little bit of money off of. But then when we pulled them out, I seen that they were actually PO boxes, mailboxes that you find in a post office that has the little key, and they have the keys.
They have the keys.
So I looked them up, and I seen that some of them sell for quite a bit of money. If you did eBay, those on eBay, you could get thousands of dollars for them. But who ships that? I don't ship that. I just don't ship big things like that.
So I did post them on eBay for a couple of days. I had no hits. I had no watchers. I did have some views, but the guy hit me up off of Facebook Marketplace. So I was like, you know what? $1,500, come bring me the cash, and we'll see if he shows up tomorrow. So it will be one of our top 5 biggest sales in the trash business that we found. And we did 2 storage units that day too. Or actually, we did one day and one the next day. And the other one had a bunch of just trash. I can't believe he spent so much money storing junk.
It was a good size storage unit, and those are expensive. Out here, they're between $400 and $600 a month. And it was a couch that had rips, tears all in it. It had mold growing on it. It was disgusting. This stuff you wouldn't even want to keep for free. Like, you would have just thrown it in the garbage. You would have never put it in a storage unit. It made no sense to me.
We went through the storage unit. We were looking through it for at least 30 minutes. Julio's like, this is all trash. We're going through everything. All trash. And there was a couple mattresses, like 4 of them leaning against the wall. I moved those, and there was a couple pictures there, and there were some religious pictures, and then one of the pictures had some in it. And I turned it this way, and guess what? Matt Vick is a Raider fan, and look what I found inside a picture frame. It is a Bo Jackson. It is a Bo Jackson Mitchell & Ness throwback jersey, and it is brand new. And that was the only good thing we've seen in that whole unit.
I would have to say thank God that it was actually in like glass, because that
You're
was
smelling it right now.
I am, because the storage unit was so gross.
It was funky.
That you wouldn't even want to keep this if it wasn't in like some sort of
I'm not keeping it, JoJo. It's going on eBay.
It's going on eBay.
Someone that's 4X is going to be wearing this thing. Holy shit. Check how big this thing is.
That's really cool, though. That's a nice find.
You never know in the trash business.
Even in a storage unit that you think is really bad, super nasty, you're not finding anything in that. Look, you never know.
You never know.
Leave a comment. Let us know, what is the best thing you've found so far? Because we love hearing those stories.
What's your favorite one you found so far?
Oh my gosh.
Is it the earrings?
I don't know. I'm not a huge like jewelry person, although those are really pretty. It's our stories, like the car, the marble bar was so pretty. We found one of those too.
A lot of gold, a lot of jewelry, a lot of silver, a lot of costume jewelry, I would say the best one that I found besides the vehicle that I got paid to take would be, that's a hard one. I would say these P.O. boxes, because we're getting paid $1,500 and Mr. Matt Vick likes to stack cash. That's my favorite, second favorite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Clutter reduction. Chris says $968 in rolled coins in a rat-infested, moldy luggage bag. Almost tossed it until I noticed the odd weight. Yeah, open up the luggage. Open up the luggage. Sometimes it's vintage clothes. I can't believe how much clothes from like the 50s and 60s go for, because it's totally not my style. But just don't. You're throwing money away if you do not open up luggage, for sure.
That's a damn good find, JoJo.
That's a great find.
Now, did you keep it or did you sell it already? Let me know. Leave it in the comments. You throw it on eBay?
Rolled coins.
Rolled coins, yeah. In rat-infested, moldy luggage bags. Almost tossed it. I wonder if he put it in his, stored it away or sold it.
Maybe he's taking his Vegas trip. Jordan says, I found some decent stuff. Nothing crazy yet. Hey, Jordan, are you going to sell things on Facebook Marketplace or open up an eBay store? We wish, and here's just some advice. Do that, because if we would have done an eBay store when we first started junk removal, because we really threw
we would have at least another $100,000 in the bank for sure. No doubt about it. Maybe even $150,000 more cash in the bank.
Yeah, every day I'm remembering something we found and thinking, I could have sold that on eBay for so much. I don't know why, but on eBay you just get more money. You have, I guess, a bigger audience. You have people that they're looking for just that, and that's just the right thing, and they're willing to pay for it. So, great, good for you.
Now, what is the most craziest thing you ever found? And I got mine, JoJo. I know the craziest thing I ever found.
Because we asked that already, and Jordan says he's found a lot of stuff, but nothing crazy yet.
Nothing crazy yet? I mean, crazy as in like weird.
Oh, I know. I got that.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Pretty weird, huh?
That was weird.
Real weird. Real weird.
Do you want to know the weirdest thing we found?
There's a couple weird things we found. Go ahead, JoJo. What was the weirdest thing?
The weirdest thing we found, first I'll tell you the story leading up to it, because Julio was with us and we were doing a job, and it was really out in the boondocks. Like, it's a place called Forestville, and it's really like, it's just out, So he comes up to me and he goes, hey, there's a bag, and they think there's like something's dead in there. Like, it's creeping me out. It's weird. And I'm like, okay.
Julio goes tells a woman to come help him.
No, he was just informing me as the boss.
Okay.
And so when I went over there, I went to pick it up too, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's like, it had like a dead like weight to it. And then I went to start opening it, and I seen a lot of like hair, and I thought it was maybe a dead dog or something. And I did not want to mess with it and touch it. I knew. Oh,
hold on. She's not telling the truth.
You weren't there yet.
I was there. The person that opened the bag up was me when I ripped it open, and we seen the hair with the bag.
Okay.
I just had to put that out there. It wasn't the JoJo Lena. They came to me and said, Matt, I think there's something dead in this. Can you open it up? Matt Vick was dragging it like a dead body.
Yeah.
And I opened it up, and there was some hair. It was wrapped up in a blanket. And we thought it was a dog.
I thought when Matt was gone, I thought that it was.
Oh, maybe she did open it.
It was a dead animal. That's why I didn't open it, because I don't like that type of thing. And he's used to that because he's a hunter. So I'm like, oh, we'll just wait for him and he'll take care of it. And when Matt seen it, he thought dead dog. And then we thought, well, we're not going to open it right now. Is this a customer's house? Or we'll just take it. We'll just take it because, we don't open up the bag with their dead dog in there.
But we had to open up the bag because the house we were at was kind of weird. The people were kind of freaky. Weren't they, JoJo? Kind of odd a little bit. I want to make sure it wasn't a dead body or something.
So Matt opens it up fully
At the dumps.
at the dump, and it was a sex doll.
A used sex doll.
It was one of those very realistic looking, like actually freaked everybody out when you first opened it up because it looked like a live body.
I wish we had our eBay account then. I could have sold that bad boy.
I would not.
I'm just kidding.
I would not have sold that.
It was a sex doll. I did not expect that either. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And the one guy's like on the track or on the thing moves all the trash. Is like, hey, that's worth a lot of money. Don't dump that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That was pretty
We actually have a video on it too, back in the day.
Yeah, we do. We showed it just, really, really fast. We showed it. It was kind of weird. Let's see. We have a full house clean out, 8 Dyson fan units, brand new in boxes, $450 a unit.
Damn!
Sure.
Come up.
That
Winning.
is great. Good for you. The doll went through some domestic violence.
Oh, it definitely did. I don't even want to know what they were doing that nighttime. I can only imagine.
DM5 TV says, I put out some signs and had this crazy Karen call me and complain about the signs being in her neighborhood. You never had anything like, oh yeah, we have that happen.
I had it happen last week, and it's always someone calling from a block number with no balls at all saying, hey, is this the owner? I said, yes, this is the owner. Hey, you can't put signs in my yard. Well, hold on. First of all, I don't put signs in no one's yard. And second of all, it ain't ever my fault. It's Julio's fault. So I'm like, you know what? I'll let my employee know. But yeah, they always call from a block number all the time.
Yeah.
But guess what? That ain't gonna stop me and the JoJo or the Julio. We're gonna keep grinding.
Yeah, and let's see. I put out some signs in this. Okay, and being in her neighborhood, it does happen to us. And sometimes I would just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We usually don't put that on people's yards."
But if you need some trash hauled away, save this number.
What they'll say is, "Well, it wasn't in my yard." And then, why do you care?
Why do you care?
Don't know.
Don't. Some people just have nothing better to do.
That's really what it is. They don't have anything better to do. So, you still have to be nice because they could be a future customer someday. They'll be like, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So sorry.
It won't ever happen again. Few blocks over, the next day, guess what happens? The Julio hops out and puts a yard sign out.
Yeah.
And we got another super chat, JoJo.
What's something you reminisce on that you found that you could have sold before you started? Oh my gosh.
So the electric vehicle, I wish I would have had an eBay account then. I would have made way more money. I sold it for $2,700 and I could have probably got $5 to $6 grand, maybe $7 grand. That's my fault. I told the JoJo make the eBay account. I can't blame her ass. It's all my fault for not doing it.
I put it off because I'm not a huge fan of going to the post office. I'm just not. But I got over that because it is fun. It's fun. I don't mind it now. My biggest, usually if it's something you're not comfortable doing, you'll put it off, right? If you don't, like, let's say maybe some of you don't have a website yet because you're not tech savvy and you just don't know how to do it and you don't want to do it and you don't like sitting in front of a computer, because I was like that too. You have to get out of your comfort zone to grow it. And I'm so glad. I am absolutely so glad that we started an eBay. It's fun. And I have it to where I have 3 working days to mail something out because we're busy. We're really busy. And we tend to take pictures and post things on the weekend. And then, people will have the week to kind of bid on things and stuff. And then the following weekend, I can kind of things that sold, I can package and then and mail out. So I'm kind of timing it right to where every weekend we try to put a few things on.
So Jordan got another super chat, another question. Do you guys accept live bullet rounds? Yes. Ammunition is worth a lot of money. Do not toss that stuff away. Hold on to it, because you never know when World War is going to happen again.
Shit's going to hit the fan.
I'm going to call your ass up to get some ammunition. You better come on through. Save that stuff. Yeah. So someone said they caught our first live here. You guys are awesome. Right on.
Oh,
right
thank
on.
you. Well, welcome. Lonnie Llama.
What's up, Lonnie
Lonnie
Llama?
Llama. So going back here, we did a job, I think it was last summer or fallish, and it was an old couple that had passed away, and their house was like you walked into a time zone. It was like you walked into the 1960s.
There was so much stuff we could have sold. It's just crazy.
So much stuff we could have sold that was there. They had
a bunch of vintage dresses and all kinds of old clocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, JoJo.
Yeah.
We messed up big time.
We did. That is something that we did. How long do you all hold on to something if it's not selling?
So if it's small, I'll hold on to it for a while. I actually messed up on this one right here. I put it on eBay for $350. I had someone offer $200, and Matt Vick got too greedy and said, "Nope, can't do it." And guess what? Should have did it. Now it's on eBay for $250 right now. So if it's small, we'll hold on to it for a while. But if it's something big, I want that shit to go, because I know any day I might show up to a job and there'll be a whole lot more shit there. So I like to get it and flip it real fast, unless it's small items.
Yeah. So this was really cool, and it was in a whole bunch of metal. And normally before we did eBay, we wouldn't have seen it.
I would have tossed that shit.
We wouldn't have seen it. It would have just ended up in the metal bin. But now that we kind of have an eye and we're keeping our eye out at every single job, when we seen it, we're like, and then we looked it up. It's from 1891, and it's a collectible, and they're worth it.
So it's the same ball game, just different stuff we're selling now. You got the scale, just weighing stuff up and shipping it on out, JoJo.
Yeah, it's a good way to calculate how much something is going to cost for you to send. You just put the item in the box on that, and it tells you the weight.
So what was something we threw away we should have kept? Think about it right now. Like, what was something we should have kept?
There's just so much
stuff. I'm telling you right now, if you're throwing stuff away, not reselling stuff, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Any old patio furniture, that stuff sells. Dressers, that stuff sells. Old vintage clothes, that stuff sells. Exercise machines, those sell. Mattresses that are in good, decent shape, they will sell. Couches are our number one items that sell for anywhere from $200 to $300 to $400. So if it's a decent couch in a decent color, do not toss it. Do not toss it. It can be worth more than the job. So yeah, definitely resell stuff. Especially you can do it when it's slow. If you're slow, start selling stuff.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Completely.
What, you had a brain fart, JoJo?
I did because I had something in my mind that I was going to say, and then I started reading the question. I should never do that.
Don't do that. It's Vato JoJo. Come on.
Oh, I was going to say, in business, another thing you want to do is take your time when making big decisions.
Definitely. Let the market tell you what to do. I don't know how many junk haulers I know that go out there and get a loan for a big diesel truck in a nice dump trailer, and then they're busy in the springtime, and then wintertime hits, and guess what? They're selling their shit, and they're blaming all the low ballers that pick stuff up for $50. Guess what? They didn't plan shit right. You want the market to tell you what to do and when to buy something.
Yeah.
Start small and then grow.
And that's perfect timing for this question, since I don't know if you guys did a video on this already, but you should do one about when it's time to expand with more trucks. And he just said that. It's when you know that you could make a lot more money if you could keep up with all the phone calls that you're getting. Like you're getting more phone calls
that you can't get
to with one truck. That's when you know. Don't start a business and get a bunch of trucks thinking that you're going to grow your business. Get the trucks after you've grown your business.
Yeah, get the customers first. After you got all the clientele and your phone's ringing off the hook, and you've been doing it for the 4 seasons, and you know how it is through the 4 seasons, and you're like, you know what? I can set my game up. It's time to grow. I can get an employee to help me. I can get another dump trailer. No big deal. That's when you want to grow.
And actually, that is one of the best business advice, let's say you haven't even started your business yet, and maybe you're at the planning stages of starting your business. Even if it's not a junk removal business, but any business you are going to start, what you need to do is sit down with, as part of your business plan, and figure out who is your customer, where are they, how do you get them? Like, know who your customer is and who they are, and how you like line your customers up first, then figure out your
target the right audience. That's what she's pretty much. Get the audience, get the clientele, get the customers lined up. Make sure you target the right audience.
Yes.
Know who you want to get. You want to get the soccer moms. You want to get the people in the suburbs. You don't want to be in the hood or in the ghetto where they put that shit on the side of the curb. You want to target the right audience. Be in front of those people 24/7. So don't waste your time putting bandit signs out in the hood. I'm not saying you're not going to get jobs in the hood. Just a lot of people won't spend the money. So you want to get the people that have the money, that want to spend the money, that don't want to take the trip to the dumps because they want to do something better on the weekend or with their time. That's who you want to target.
It's a luxury service. It's a luxury service. So, it's just like a cleaning service, or a maid, somebody that comes in and cleans somebody's house. Anybody can do that. Like, only your more affluent people will pay for that service. And it's just like junk removal.
So check it out. The Girl Scouts did a good job yesterday. They're in a nice neighborhood. They knocked on our door, and guess what? I bought 4 bags of cookies, or boxes of cookies, or ate 1 box of cookies. They were targeting the right audience. It's exactly what they were doing, Joe.
Yep. And, and that's another thing. When you were a kid and you went trick-or-treating, what house did you go to get the best candy? There you go.
The rich people.
This is a good one here. How do you handle realtors that get 3 bids and they pick the cheapest guy? They're not your customer. Usually when people want 3 bids, they go with the person in the middle, and I'm not sure why. And I don't know if that realtor, sometimes the realtors aren't paying. Sometimes it is the realtor calls you, but it's the customer, the person that's selling the house, their client, that makes the final decision on the junk removal company. So, I mean, it's just like anybody else. Some people, they're just always going to go for the absolute cheapest person.
Yes, and those aren't your customers. So make sure you target the right customers, and don't worry about it if you don't get the job. Just guess what? There's going to be more customers later on. They're going to call you up and something better will come. So I never stress off it if we don't get the job. I just don't do that. I just move on to the next customer.
Yep.
So Dan, we've been on here for 38 minutes, JoJo.
Well, we were on here longer before we got shut
Were we
off.
really?
Yeah. I'm making sure we covered everything, because our focus today was really the real truth of why you're not growing your business. And it's really hard for some people to hear, because people, when you want to grow, it's good to hear what you may be doing wrong so that you can change and better yourself and just get better. But some people don't like hearing what they're doing wrong. So
here's a recap. The reason why you're not growing your business is maybe you're not giving it 110%. And you're out there doing everything you can do for your business. That could be one. You don't look professional. Looking professional is one of the most important things you can do for your business. Then the other one is targeting the right audience, and also knowing how to sell yourself. If you can sell yourself, you're gonna make more money. If you can't sell yourself, you gotta work on it. And those are a few things that you gotta do. And also reinvest in your business. If you're taking vacations, going out to eat, and doing stuff like that, and spending more money having fun than you are putting back into your business at the beginning, that's why you ain't growing.
Yeah.
You'd rather have fun, be on the weekends going over here doing this. You got to sacrifice for a few years for things to work out for you.
And it's a brand. Your business is a brand. So you want to brand yourself, and you want to have either your logos, name on your truck, on your uniform. You just want to stand out from
the crowd.
Stand out from the crowd.
And with that being said, we had a great beginning. Then we had a little bit of a mess up. Then we hop back on here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We're going to start trying to go live more often.
Yes.
Right, JoJo?
Yeah, we are. We're going to try. I'd like to do it more than once a week. So.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Nope. All done.
All done? That's it?
Yep.
The boss said we are done. And with that being said, we love all you guys. Get out there and start hauling and balling to make that money and start growing your business. Yes. Remember, you're going to be the one that grows it, no one else.
That's right. Only you.
We'll catch you on the next one.